The NATO F-16, known for its toughness, was surprisingly unable to withstand the attacks from Russian drones. As was the case once again recently, what's wrong with Ukraine's air defense capabilities? That night, the skies over Ukraine were filled with a constant rumbling. For hours, Russian drones and missiles headed toward their targets in Ukraine. A total of 537 units, consisting of 477 Geran-2 drones and 60 missiles, flew in a massive assault that not only tested Ukraine's air defenses, but also their mental resilience. As the night grew darker, Ukrainian forces also began to move quickly. All available forces were immediately activated. Pairs of fighter jets took to the air, ready to confront threats from the sky. Below, ground-based air defense systems and radar stations worked tirelessly, scanning the skies for traces of the attacking drones. However, this was no ordinary assault. Russia was not relying solely on drones and conventional missiles. In this attack, they deployed advanced weapons from various lines, including the hypersonic air-launched Kinzhal missile known for its incredible speed, the Kh-101 cruise missile, the Kalibr cruise missile, the Iskander ballistic missile, and increasingly sophisticated unmanned aerial vehicles. All of these were aimed at destroying Ukraine's military-industrial facilities and oil refineries in an attack designed to weaken the country's resilience. In the midst of such a massive and coordinated assault, one thing caught the attention of many: the assistance of American-made F-16 fighter jets. The F-16s, long a symbol of modern air power, played a key role in intercepting Russian drones. They not only chased down and shot down the drones, but also became a beacon of hope for Ukraine, which was facing wave after wave of threats. Yet, despite the F-16's relentless efforts to thwart these attacks, one thing was surprising. Let's dive deeper. On the night of June 28, 2025, the situation in Eastern Europe grew increasingly tense, and Poland began to feel more threatened by attacks directed at Ukraine. In an instant, this tension sparked a rapid reaction from neighboring countries, who began to feel the direct impact of the conflict that was no longer limited to Ukraine. The continuous Russian airstrike, which lasted for 6 hours without pause, forced Poland to activate its air defenses and deploy fighter jets as a mitigation measure. However, one tragic event caught the world's attention that night. A US F-16 fighter jet in Ukraine, which was attempting to repel Russian airstrikes in the Chernihiv region, tragically crashed. Its pilot, Lieutenant Colonel Maxim Ustimenko, was unable to eject in time, and the aircraft was destroyed by a Russian UAV strike. The fighter jet, which was supposed to be one of the advanced defense lines relied upon, now lay shattered on the battlefield, adding to the sorrow amidst the chaos. The incident immediately raised many questions. People began to wonder about the future viability of the F-16, the so-called advanced aircraft supplied by the West, in facing large-scale, low-cost aerial threats. Amid the intensifying Russia-Ukraine conflict, the F-16, despite being known as one of NATO's best fighter jets, was revealed to have weaknesses, especially when dealing with such massive and diverse attacks. A statement from the Ukrainian Air Force indicated that the F-16 jet had lost altitude rapidly, but there has been no official confirmation regarding the exact cause of the crash. There are suspicions that the jet was shot down by Russian forces, suffered a mechanical failure, or was even hit by debris from a missile it was chasing. Meanwhile, the wreckage of the aircraft, lying in the Chernihiv region, is being examined by a special commission, assisted by several international experts, to uncover the true cause of the crash. Behind this destruction, the incident once again raises the critical question about the effectiveness and readiness of the Ukrainian Air Force in confronting such overwhelming threats. Amid the intensifying air combat chaos, the advanced air defense systems supplied by the West, such as the Patriot and NASAMS, are revealing their inevitable weaknesses. Although both are designed to counter large and sophisticated air threats, they were unprepared for the new tactics increasingly used by Russian forces. The combination of the cheap Geran-2 drones and the hypersonic Kinzhal missiles has exposed a strategy to overwhelm Ukraine's defense systems with waves of extraordinary attacks. NASAMS, which is essentially a medium to long-range surface-to-air missile system, was designed to counter aircraft, helicopters, and cruise missiles flying at high altitudes and speeds. Meanwhile, the Patriot is more optimized for intercepting ballistic missiles and large aerial threats at high altitudes. However, both systems face significant difficulties in countering new threats posed by drones. These small drones have a significant advantage. They fly at low altitudes with flight patterns that are extremely difficult to predict. Additionally, their small size leaves a minimal radar signature, making it challenging for large radar systems like NASAMS and Patriot to detect and track them accurately. It's not just about speed and altitude. The presence of these drones, which often come in swarms or large groups with an overwhelming number, has overwhelmed the air defense systems. The continuous saturation attacks have burdened the existing air defense in Ukraine. Even with advanced Western technology, the sheer number and tactics employed by Russian forces have overwhelmed systems like NASAMS and Patriot. In some cases, the sheer volume of attacks in a short period has drastically reduced the interception rate of these defense systems, forcing them to struggle with threats coming from multiple directions simultaneously. In this modern battlefield, increasingly complex and sophisticated threats require air defense systems to constantly adapt. But amid the storm of drone swarms and massive attacks, perfection seems far from being achieved. So, have you calculated the remaining F-16s in Ukraine? Leave your comments below, and thanks for watching.